Yo guys, what's up? It's Blackheart here, and welcome to a new video. I'm sorry if I've been kinda inactive in these days, but I'm kinda sick right now. You know, I'm kinda ill, unfortunately. So unluckily, I'm not making much content, but I wanted to tell you something that I've seen from IAMOP, and some other characters are also showing it off, you know. And so I wanted to give you my personal taste, my personal opinion on what they've done, and why I disagree peacefully with this approach. First of all, of course, I'm gonna tell the modders shoutouts, nevertheless, because I know how hard it is to mod this game. I'm a modder myself, so of course, maximum respect to the people that put their work and their soul into this mod. But I personally don't agree with the concept of it, and I'm gonna tell you why. Basically, this is a mod, as you can see here in the video, that removes basically all of the Tekkens that Tekken has built, the things that Tekken has built during these years. So basically, it removes power crushes, it removes rage, it removes heat, it removes basically all of the things that there are right now in Tekken 8. And I'm gonna be very frank with you, even though the module is really well done, also the tracking, a lot of tracking is removed. So all of these things. I'm gonna tell you my personal opinion on this, and you might think that I'm too harsh on this, but I don't think this is the right approach to the situation we're in right now. Again, huge respect to the modders, but I don't think the best solution right now, in the state the game is right now, is to propose these mods that basically remove everything that Tekken has built and worked for the last 10 years. I think personally that even heat as a mechanic is a potentially fun mechanic to use in the game right now. I personally think the problem right now is not with heat per se, but is how heat is balanced right now. Like how much heat engages are on hit. About, I don't know, how heat dashes shouldn't launch on any kind of heat engager. About how plus heat dashes are on block. About how some characters become completely overpowered during heat mode. Like, the problem itself is not about heat, because heat can be a very fun mode in which basically characters can show off more of their uniqueness without being completely overpowered. I get it, it's a powered up state for the character to play in, but the problem is when characters right now can do everything and more. Like, for example, Lars right now, guys, I think it's completely invincible as a character, completely overpowered. The things he does in it are absurd. Like, it's with no remorse, really, what Lars does right now in it. So I think again, the best solution is to, also power crush is removed, even though we are used to it right now since years and years. Like, I don't think this is very productive, because, you know, like, I prefer much more the constructive criticism we've shown during the years, rather than showing off these mods that don't help the developers at all, because they're not even gonna get them into consideration. Because imagine working on a product for so many years, designing a new mod completely from scratch, then removing it completely from the game in 2 seconds. It's just not gonna happen. So it's nothing productive, I think. And they'll never, in this game specifically, they'll never go back to it. They'll never say, okay, it was a mistake, we're gonna remove it. So I don't think I don't see much of the point in this thing, really. Like, again, I respect the work they put into, and I can even try the mod for fun. Like, it could be a very fun mod. But I think it takes the things a little bit too excessive. Like, it cannot be only white and black for some people. Like, I think there can be a gray area in between, because I think, again, the heat per se is not a bad mechanic. It's how badly balanced it is that makes it the things unfun. Also, rage is a thing we have since Tekken 6. Basically, this mod turns Tekken 8 back into Tekken 5. Again, some people might say, yeah, this is cool. I personally don't think so. Because, again, if people wanted to play Tekken 5, they would just play Tekken 5. You know what I mean? Like the product can still go into a direction of development, you know, into a direction of improving during the years with new mechanics that could also be fun. But balancing them out is the problem. Like making them fun and enjoyable for everyone is the real problem right now with the game. It's not about the mod, it's the mode itself, in my opinion. Also, this mod removes completely any sort of homing moves properties and the tracking. So all of these things become completely useless. And I personally don't think that should be the case in Tekken. Because placing homings correctly, trying to guess when your opponent is about to step and to try and use moves that track to that particular side is a factor of skill, you know? For example, you're against Kazuya, okay? Do not consider the homing now he has up for 1. That's completely stupid homing, and I don't know why he has something like this. But, you know, using moves, you know, once you realize that your opponent is stepping to the left a lot, it's a skill from Kazuya, understanding this and using the best moves in order to catch that sidestep more. It doesn't make Tekken more intuitive to put everything with 0 tracking, you know. There are specific moves in the game that are very, very tracking with no reason. Maybe they should work on those specific moves rather than completely removing a thing that's very important for Tekken. Tracking in Tekken is important. It's the problem. The problem again is about how much sometimes things track and some things that shouldn't track in this game. Something that in Tekken 7 didn't happen that often. For example, there are multiple occasions of Brian's hit string that completely tracks with no reasoning. As you can see, again, instead of in this mod, as you can see in the round prior, that IAMOP, okay, again, shout outs to IAMOP for presenting the mod like this in this video. You can see, for example, here that even on block, Brian's sidestep 2 completely whiffed without doing anything from the Anna counterpart. Like, of course, it's a problem. Like, strings can have the capacity of tracking, in my opinion. It's when they become so much overwhelming that this becomes a problem, in my opinion. So again, also power crushes, if dealt correctly with, are fun to interact with. You know, it's a turn stealing mechanic that it was not too OP in Tekken 7, because if power crushes were absorbed and the opponent still blocked them, you could still punish them. That's the thing that I think they did wrong in this game. The fact that now when you absorb a power crush and you block still the power crush after that, you are not able to punish it, they become safe. That's stupid, in my opinion. Okay? Because a power crush means that you are trying to steal the opponent's turn with moves that usually are unsafe. If you also are rewarded with a badly misplaced power crush with being safe, you make the interaction less fun, because you have to think less whether or not throwing a power crush out. So again, I don't think the things that are shown here are productive, in a sense that I don't know how much this would help the developers in doing their job right now at Namco. And honestly, I wouldn't play in a Tekken like this, if I had to be completely honest with you. Nothing tracks, homing are completely useless, and you know, there are no fun modes to play around. This is pure and raw fighting. Okay, maybe some people are gonna disagree and say, no, this is cool, in my opinion. Okay, I'm saying my opinion, of course. I'm not saying that your opinion is completely to be disregarded with, but I just don't feel this makes things more fun. It makes them more limited. So how to fix these things? Make power crushes when absorbed, again, unsafe nevertheless, first of all. Second of all, reduce tracking on particular things that are completely stupid right now. Remove completely the homing plus on block mids that we had in this season. All of them need to go right now. Rebalance correctly the power-ups the characters get while getting hit, either by making them consume more heat or like completely removing them, first of all. For example, Lars right now has a completely safe stomp in it that knocks down into guaranteed follow-up into Oki. Completely overtuned, completely broken. The zero Tekken player with Lars right now. But he's not the only one, of course. Also, the choice of putting, again, low heat smashes, not heat smashes anymore, but just the things that you can do in heat, is completely stupid. Limiting movement, like in some strings, like for example, you cannot step Leo's back 1-4. These are bad decisions, not heat per se. That's my take, and I wanted to share this with you because this thing is becoming kind of popular, and I kind of respect it. Again, it's a vision of Tekken that can be respected, that can be surely acknowledged, but I personally don't feel like it very in touch with right now. Because again, as I've said multiple times, for example, I'm not boycotting the game fully. Like on stream, I'm not playing it anymore. I'm playing Tekken 7 on stream, but off stream, I'm still playing the game. And I didn't lie to you guys. It was the truth since the beginning. You can see my boycott video. I never said to you, no, I'm boycotting the game, because I know I cannot stop playing Tekken 8 because there's June, because some matches I still find them fun, in my opinion. That doesn't mean I'm shilling, because the game is so trash. Everybody says that, and I'm the first one to agree. But sometimes, you know, to pass my time, I still play Tekken 8. I'm not denying it. And I'm playing Tekken 8 also because how it can be fun sometimes to use. The problem is how overwhelming it is. And also another problem I think is that most people think that heat should be something that you get rewarded with. For example, a bar, and that you build up during the time. I don't agree with this take too, because I think that heat was to be designed with an intent to use it as a comeback mechanic whenever you wanted. And so again, I don't see how basically like it would change the purpose of heat if you think about it, because if now heat has to be something that rewards you, basically you can only use heat when you have the upper hand on your opponent, making the game even maybe making it even more oppressive, probably, because your opponent has less chance of trying to make a comeback on you in some way. It was designed with this particular intent, to try and make a comeback on you, or to try and make some pressure on you. If you make the heat something that gets you rewarded only on hit, basically, or like with specific moves, basically you give the advantage to the attacker, not the defender. So probably makes things even worse. So either you make heat more defensive, like you, I don't know, you add defensive specific options only in heat, or you make heat less oppressive as a mechanic, basically. So I know I'm repeating myself too much in this video already, just because I wanted to show you all of my thoughts about what is shown in this month. So I don't know. Let me know what you think about this in the comments. I'm really open to suggestions and to hear your thoughts. And I hope you enjoyed this kind of cute little video, guys. Let me know what you think again in the comments. And see you guys very soon again. Bye!